Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today to have a look at the Penumbra Tarot. I did show it briefly on my channel just recently. It's an absolutely gorgeous deck, and I'm about to start working with it properly, really, to do some daily card pulls and different little spreads and things, and I thought I'd try and do a quick little video today with an interview of the tarot deck, and the cards on the table in front of you are the cards that I pulled for the deck interview. And I thought, I haven't really sat and looked at them too much yet, I just shuffled and pulled them a little while ago, so I thought I'd have a look at them and then maybe choose one of the spreads from the deck, because there's some really good spreads in this deck. And I thought going forward, if I've got a deck that I'm really enjoying or I'm very curious about, that I might do this with all of them going forward, or at least certainly one of the spreads from the book. So yeah, that's what I plan to do. So you can see these are beautiful cards, aren't they? I mean, I didn't pull this, but God, look at that, look. I'm really drawn to the strong colours in this deck. Excuse me. My voice is always so froggy in the mornings. You'd think I smoked 20 cigarettes a day, wouldn't you? But I don't. I used to, but not for many years. Anyway, so this is the deck interview that I'm using that came with this deck. So card number 1 is, what kind of reading will you excel at? And I was very keen to learn this because, like I said, I'm very drawn to this deck, but I couldn't, it didn't have a particularly emotional pull to it and a particularly emotional feel to it like some of my decks do. So I was just very curious, and actually these cards, now I'm looking at them, do reflect how I felt about the deck, actually. So I pulled the Chariot for the kind of reading that you will excel at. And the Chariot is a card of, well, it's a card of war and power struggles and victory and triumph, movement. But to me, I think more than anything, it usually represents that strength of will, that determination to get where you're going, you know, to navigate your way through the world. It's really a card of conquering the outside world, I think, isn't it? More than your inner world, perhaps. So perhaps this is saying that the reading this deck will excel at are readings where there is a destination in mind, a purpose, somewhere that you need to go, a situation where you need to have that focus and determination and strength of will to move forward, to go for it, you know. So yeah, it could be very good for questions around, what do I need to do to achieve this goal? Or how do I get here? How do I do this? What do I need to get my brain? My brain's already on this card. That's why I'm struggling to find words. My brain is terrible for doing that. So if ever I'm stumbling over my words, it's usually because my brain has already moved on to something else before I've even finished talking. So yeah, I think that this card means that this will be a deck that will be good for any readings to do with travel, journeys, reaching a destination, not necessarily a physical one. It can even be a destination in your mind, or a task that you've set yourself, something that you want to achieve, the way that you navigate your way through that. So the second question is, what are your strengths as a tarot deck? And I pulled the 6 of Torches, which must be the 6 of Wands. And this is again a card of victory, isn't it? This is victory, triumph, getting that validation and that acknowledgement for your efforts, for your success. It's a card of building self-confidence. It can also be a card of ego and the many issues that we have with that. But I think I'm going to take this as the strengths of this deck, is that it will help to promote self-confidence. It will act as like a mirror to validate and to reflect back to you your own hard work. So that's good. Card number 3 is, what are you here to teach me? I'm really happy about this, actually, because this is something that I have trouble with in life quite often, and that's letting things go and being able to move forward. And it's interesting, isn't it? We've got another card of movement. The Wheel of Fortune that I showed you was at the bottom of the deck, actually, which is a card of constant movement and change, isn't it? Then we've got the Chariot, ever moving forward, the Six of Torches. This person is either probably returning victorious from something. And the Six of Swords is leaving something behind, but they're all cards of movement and progress. So I was pleased to see the Six of Swords, to be honest, because I could do with help around sort of transitions, I guess, withdrawing myself from certain situations and being able to look forward and move forward. I often struggle to let things go, so or to let people go, to let situations go. So I think I'm really pleased to see that there. And then the Throne of Swords is, how can I best connect with you? And I assume this must be the King of Swords. And that's really interesting, isn't it? Because like I said, I didn't really feel that this was a particularly emotional deck. And when I'm looking at this King of Swords here, there's like such a distance between where you might be standing here and the King. It's like he's detached, isn't he? He's removed himself from the emotions of situations, and he's detached. And if you were fortunate enough to be granted an audience with him, I think you would have to stand back here and talk to him. I mean, he's going to be logical and wise and truthful. He might not pull any punches. So I think that what this is saying, if this is about how to best connect with this deck, it's probably saying to not come to this deck too emotional, perhaps. That if I do, the readings are not going to be as clear and concise. They won't give me as much clarity as they might if I were to approach this deck in a more detached or a more thoughtful way, perhaps. I mean, this king here is all up in his head, isn't he? So perhaps that's the way to approach this deck. I'm not sure. What card sums you up the best? And I pulled the Three of Torches, which is again Wands. So this is the Three of Wands, which is a really nice card, isn't it? This is, again, it's a very expansive card, isn't it? It's about self-growth and movement again. You know, this woman here has got her bedroll ready. She's got a cloak. She's dressed to travel. She's got her torch to light the way. She's ready for movement, isn't she, again? So I do really feel that this is a deck that, for me personally, is going to be good when I need a direction to take, when I need to move forward, when I need to do something. Yeah. Like I said, I can be very resistant to change. But this this deck interview here is really talking a lot about change, isn't it? Change and movement and growth and expansion and progression. So I'm really pleased with that, to be honest. So the next thing I want to do is, I thought it would be really nice to do one of the readings from the book, and I just paused the video and had a flick through. And I had initially thought I was going to do the Penumbra tarot spread because I like the look of that. But as I was looking, I saw that there is a Navigator tarot spread. And I've just been talking, haven't I, a lot with the deck interview about movement and the way forward and how to do that, how to make that work for me. So I think I'm going to do the Navigator tarot spread. The story you have been told, the truth of what's going on, the path forward, the navigator that will aid you, and the result if you move ahead. And I know that Ethany has done her little spread like that, but I'm just going to put the cards across the table again because otherwise I won't fit them all in. So I'm just going to have a very quick shuffle. This deck is pretty well shuffled already. So this is a Navigator tarot spread, and I'm going to read these cards as if I'm reading for a querent, somebody that was sat across the table from me, or somebody that had asked me a question. So I'm not going to read these cards for myself. They're a tad big for my hands, these cards, but they do shuffle really nicely because I'm really not the best shuffler. My hands don't seem to want to do what my brain tells them to do. So, use this spread to navigate your way forward. So, if we could have some clarity around that, please. So, the story you have been told, the truth of what is going on. Oh, I think I've shuffled these cards back into the deck, haven't I? They obviously want to be out, these sixes, don't they? So we've got the path forward, the navigator that will aid you, and the result if you move ahead. Ah, and then what have we got at the bottom of the deck? Let's have a look. I've got the Ace of Cups. Very nice. Put that up there. So, does that look level? I can never see. Yeah. So, question 1, the story you have been told, and this is the Ace of Torches, so the Ace of Wands. So this is passion, isn't it? This is new ventures, motion, good fortune, I would say, in your endeavours. Anything that you put your heart and soul into is likely to do well. So the story you have been told that this is a good time to move forward. This is a good time to act, isn't it? It's a good time to do something. I think fortune favours the brave. I think it's a good time to move forward. That's what you've been told. But the truth of what's going on is the Six of Swords again, which is about leaving things behind, isn't it? So perhaps this reading is telling you that this is actually a good time to move forward because it's important to move into calmer waters. It's important to leave that something more negative behind, to go through that transition and that withdrawal from whatever energy that you're leaving behind, and to move forward. So the path forward is the Six of Torches. And again, I discussed earlier, didn't I, that this is about some kind of victory, a battle won, perhaps, to have confidence in yourself, to share your experience with other people, to share your successes with other people, and to get that feedback from other people. I think this card is telling you very much that while it's important for you to move forwards, you don't have to do it alone, I think is what I'm seeing here. You don't have to do it alone. That whatever this journey is, whatever this movement is positive. It's going to be a positive experience for you. And the navigator that will help you, we've got the Four of Swords here, which was unexpected. And the Four of Swords is about sort of recovery and retreat and rest, isn't it? Recuperation, needing to be on your own. So perhaps this is saying that the navigator that's going to help you is going to be yourself. It's going to be your own ability to meditate and reflect on the journey, to take time out, to recognize if you're starting to feel burnt out, and to take that time out for yourself. And then the result, if you do move ahead, is the Two of Pentacles, which is really nice, isn't it? Because the Two of Pentacles is often about juggling and trying to find balance, you know, having to be quite flexible all the time. Not, you know, this card is really making me think that, you know, she's in quite a precarious position there, isn't she, on the edge of this cliff here. So she needs to find her balance, find her foundation here. So I think what this is telling you is that if you are able to move forward, if you're able to navigate your way through this experience and look after yourself, that you'll start to find that life will fall more into alignment and balance, and it won't feel so much of a challenge. You will feel that you're on a much firmer foundation in your life, that things don't feel quite so chaotic and unstable. That's what I'm seeing there. And the bottom of the deck, which is not part of the reading, but I have to look at the bottom of the deck. I often think it's just the crux of the matter, really. And the Ace of Cups is that heart chakra energy, isn't it? It's a heart opening energy of creativity and sometimes new relationships, but certainly a new relationship within yourself. It's about self-love. So that's very positive also, isn't it? So it's interesting that the deck interview plus the spread that I've done here shows so much movement, so much progression. I really do like this card, or this deck. I do feel that it reads really nicely. So yeah, I thought I'd just have a little go. So I hope that it was interesting to listen to. And if you have this deck and you work with it yourself, I'd love to hear your experiences with it and how it works for you. And I'll be back very soon again. I've got a couple more VRs to do. I've got another one of Simon's at the Hermit's Cave that I'm thinking about at the moment, and I've also got Amy's from Strength Reserve Reversed that I want to do as well, plus lots of new decks actually to show you, some deck pairings, lots of things really when I get the time. So yeah, do say hello, much love to everybody, and I'll see you all again soon.